Okay, everybody, welcome back. You're now tuned in to the Relationship Theater. I'm your host, Cornell Dane, and I just want to follow up on maybe a path we've already been on, right? We've been talking about the last two or three videos, we've been talking about relationships in a different way or different manner. And I kind of want to just tie it all back together again. What I'm getting at is, in kind of discussing the Trump thing, I'm getting at the relationship that people can have in the minds of others. And then secondarily, in the last video, I'm getting at how relationship relates to what we call statecraft. Okay. Political strategy, the power dynamics. Okay. And how the populace itself can be manipulated to influence how people feel about those who govern. Now, let me see if I can find it. I've got a book here. Some of them have been taken off. It's called Machiavelli the Prince. Okay? Very good book to read. I read it often. I have the audiobook version as well that I listen to I would say maybe 3 or 4 times a year. Okay? And I recommend that you get a nice bound copy of that just to have in your library if you have a library at all. But in that book, the author, Niccolo Machiavelli, talks about how one needs to appear virtuous in the eyes of the populace and how this utilization of the goodwill of the people allows one to get away with all kinds of things that may indeed be criminal. For instance, someone may actually be a thief. Someone may actually be a miser or a very frugal leader. However, they do things to manipulate the mind or perspective of the people in such a manner that the people believe that this person is generous. That's often done in statecraft. You can see it even now with the belief that the government is going to give reparations, um, or the government is going to forgive student loan debt, all of those kinds of things. In a sense, if you look at what the populace is thinking, they are of the mind that the government has it, one, and number two, that the government is generous. Why do they think the government is generous? Because the government has made investments in the Ukraine, or the government has made or given money away to another country somewhere else. And the people are seeing this and saying, well, there must be some money for me. Surely I'm an American citizen. You're also seeing it also with the immigration issue that is beginning to develop right in front of our eyes. So this video is very short. I just wanted to kind of point that out, that when I said that the image of Trump is being juxtaposed with Dr. Martin Luther King, and you will see that in the thumbnail. I did another thumbnail side by side, very similar to the previous thumbnail, but this one has both men in jail. One is a false or fake picture of Trump. The other one is a real picture of Dr. Martin Luther King in jail. But by drawing those associations and creating that through line and kind of weaving Trump into that narrative, he is now in control of or in possession of the goodwill of those people that are willing to believe or follow that narrative. Doesn't mean, has nothing to do with right or wrong, good or bad, true or false, to be honest. This idea is about creating relationship. Now, that's statecraft. The very same thing can be done in a relationship. And you often hear about playboys who, they treat the woman a certain way. So in her mind, maybe she can't do any better than this man. He's a great lover. He's very attentive. And, 90% of the men out there aren't great lovers, nor are they attentive. So, not to say that she supports him cheating, it goes in the back of her mind after it happens that, what else is there out there? And on top of that, he's able to smooth things out because he has that goodwill. Um, yeah, he has that goodwill with her. So he's able to manipulate the situation. Even though he's done wrong, he's still done so much good that it kind of trumps, no pun intended, it trumps what one would believe should happen, right? I was watching, and I may do a review on this. There was an Inside Edition expose where this woman met a guy on a dating website, good looking guy. They were both in New York. They were dating for like maybe 4 months. And so they were going to move to Miami together. And so he goes down. He tells her to send him some money. She gives him money. Then he loses some stuff. Give me some more money. Goes to jail. He says, give me some more money to the tune of $71,000. And a lot of people would say, wow, how could you give someone that much money? And if you've ever been in a situation like that, well, I've never been in a situation like that, but if you can understand what I'm saying based upon what I said before about Trump, statecraft, manipulating the perspective of the general population, you can do that same thing in your household with your children, with your wife, or with a girlfriend or boyfriend, for good or for bad. In this case, it was nefarious what was done. The man stole the money. But I mean, obviously, the same can be done for positives. I just wanted to point out that this idea of appearing virtuous, and you can still be virtuous and appear virtuous, but this idea of appearing virtuous and then on the back end doing something nefarious is something that is not only uh, taught in the book, but it's also suggested that it happens a lot more often than not. At least the best leaders or the best princes or principalities follow through with this particular strategy or tactic. So just wanted to put that out there. Um, I think it's about relationships because I think, like I said, relationships spill over into the different areas of our lives. We have a relationship with those people who are Black conservatives. They have a relationship to the Republican Party. They have a relationship with Donald Trump in some way, shape, or form. And that relationship can be strengthened based upon perception, based upon a narrative. So, would love to hear what you have to say about this. Feel free to comment as you see fit, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.